This is a comparison between Sonnet 42, a poem by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and More Than I Can Say, a song by Leo Sayer. Although these two texts were written in different time periods and in different forms, they both share a central idea of love. In both texts, love is shown as a powerful emotion that can last forever. Both poems state that love is something without outside limitations. Browning's Sonnet 42 fulfills all the requirements of a sonnet, which is meter, rhyming scheme, and figurative language. Sonnets can also be sung out as lyrics to a song. Although Sayer's More Than I Can Say was released as a song in 1982, it is, in a way, a poem by itself because its content and significant figurative language, repetition, and rhyming scheme. In terms of the figurative language used, Browning's sonnet uses a lot of hyperbole and imagery. For example, in the first half of line 3, "My soul can reach," Browning uses imagery to infer that love is a very deep feeling. Similarly, in lines 7 and 8, the words freely and purely explain that love can appear without boundaries. However, this was not always the reality during the time. There were always some limitations and restrictions placed on love, especially by family members. The poet also states in line 12 she would lose religion to be with her loved one. In the last two lines, Browning refers to eternity again by using phrases like "if God choose" and "after death." There are two examples of figurative language used in Sayer's text. The first one is in line 3, "twice as much as tomorrow." It's another way to say one will love someone more every day. This intelligent word choice is as known as diction. This line repeats throughout the song, showing its importance. The other example of figurative language can be found on line 7. "Life be filled with sorrow." This is a clear hyperbole, as it suggests love would affect someone's life to such a great degree. Browning uses hyperbole, imagery, exaggeration, comparison, and metaphor to show that one can lose religion to be with their loved ones, which is one of the most extreme things that one can do. Sayer used a lot of repetition, plus some diction and hyperbole to tell everyone that love can last forever, and sometimes it can affect someone's life. Browning's poem was written in the mid-1800s, a time where sonnet was still widely used as a form of poetry. The speaker of the poem has no specific gender perspective. However, the speaker can be assumed to be a female because of the poet's gender. Browning chose to write in a female perspective because women have more desire to love and often express more love and more dramatically than men. The content of the poem seems cliched and outdated from a modern-day perspective. When people think of tragic love, the first thing that comes in their mind is Romeo and Juliet. The poem takes a reference to death at the end, and the reference may come from Romeo and Juliet. Sayer's song was produced in 1982, a time when men usually made public declaration to their loved ones. Sayer's use of male perspective in his lyrics fit with the time, where men usually made the first declaration of love. In the lyrics, the speaker depicts both sides of the situation, showing his uncertainty. In the 12th line, "Am I just another guy?" the singer infers that girl may not love him back. Unlike Browning's poem, Sayre's lyrics come directly from the heart. Therefore, the song is less cliched than Sonnet 42. Browning's 1800s sonnet was told from a female perspective in a cliched manner. It also made reference to tragedy at the end to show that love can be dramatic and everlasting. Sayre's words from inner heart taught everyone love should be something realistic that come from one's inner senses. Browning's sonnet presents the theme as two characteristics of love. First, love has different depths, and sometimes it can last forever. The poet makes several references to life and death directly in the poem. Life and death are two extreme sides of everything in existence, and love is compared to them. The love is pure in the poem. There is no jealousy or present. Especially in line 8, purely and freely are all used to describe the simple and unbiased romance. Sayre's text depicts love in a more realistic manner. One of the major themes is always asking permission for love, which implies love cannot be perfect. The line, "Am I just another guy?" proves the point. The repeated line, "More than I can say," implies love cannot be expressed in words. Furthermore, the tone of the poem, which is spoken from the heart, teaches everyone that love is about true feelings for one another. Browning was trying to convince the reader of her sonnet that love has different depths. It can last for eternity, and it is pure. Sayre had a perspective that love cannot be always perfect. It cannot be expressed in words, and it truly depends on the feeling for each other. In conclusion, love is something that cannot be explained in words. It is truly something that can last for eternity. Both poems are talking about love. The main difference between the two texts is the perspective. Browning chose to express love in a cliched yet an eternal way. Sayre expressed everything from his heart in a more realistic way.